Welcome to Sex Ed with DB. I'm your host, DB. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the podcast. If you love and support the work that we do, head to www.sexedwithdb.com and buy some of our hot new merch. Follow us on Instagram at sexedwithdbpodcast. And if you want to advertise with us, shoot us an email at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. This is our third bonus episode of the season. Today, I get to know Victoria Nelthropp, the brand coordinator for Clone-A-Willy. Clone-A-Willy and Clone-A-Pussy allow anyone to make an exact replica of a penis or vulva into a high-quality, body-safe sex toy at home. Victoria has worked in the adult novelty industry for 5 years and lives in her hometown of Portland, Oregon. Her favorite aspect of Clone-A-Willy's products is the opportunity it gives anyone to get to know their bodies in a new way and practice self-love and empowerment through creativity. Here I am with Victoria. Creating a homemade dildo or a usable copy of your own penis is rapidly turning into the new standard in ultra-custom sex toys, thanks to Clone-A-Willy. Clone-A-Willy has been all about dick since '96 and brings you a DIY penis or vulva molding kit for your favorite sex toy or memento. Whether it be for a birthday or just because, Clone-A-Willy is the perfect gift. Use promo code SEXED20 for 20% off your purchase at www.cloneawilly.com. Follow them on Instagram at CloneAWillyKit. Hello, Victoria. Welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm good. It's very cozy here in New York. It's very cold and sweet, and I'm excited to hang and watch movies and really just get deep into my couch tonight.
Same. That will be exactly what I'm doing. So I'm definitely right there with you.
I love it. I love it so much. Let's dive in. Share with us your name, your pronouns, and what you do.
Yeah. So my name is Victoria, and my pronouns are she, her, and I'm the brand coordinator for Empire Labs, aka Clone-A-Willy. And it has just been delightful working with this brand for the last 5 years. I've officially been with them 5 years in August.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. It's just been so much fun.
Amazing. And I'm so grateful. This is the second season in a row that we have been partnering with Clone-A-Willy, and it has been such a wonderful partnership. I just love what you all do. I think it's so brilliant and funny and unique and exciting, and I am just thrilled at us being able to partner with you again. So thank you so much for believing in us and trusting our brand and that we can take you there, and we just love posting about you because it's the most fun thing in the world.
Absolutely. We love partnering with you guys as well, and we just couldn't have more amazing things to just say about our partnership with you. We're so excited about it, so we're happy to be here.
I am so glad to hear that. And again, thanks so much again for coming on the podcast because we have so much to talk about. I have so many questions. The first one is I want to know about your background specifically and how you got into this field. How did you become a brand coordinator in sex tech?
Yeah. So before I was working at Clone-A-Willy, I was actually a visual merchandiser and also managed some social media for the company I was working for. And I enjoyed that so much, but I was really looking to kind of expand my career and gain more experience in working directly with creative projects more and just kind of seeing where that could take me. And so I actually was just kind of poking around in Portland, trying to find a job that really felt like a good fit. And I came across an ad for the position for a social media manager on Craigslist.
Oh.
And it didn't say exactly what the company was, but just kind of talked about the atmosphere of the office and kind of some of the duties. And so I went in for an interview, and it was actually a group interview with our director of operations and the two owners. And I just vibed with them super well. And it just felt like such a natural and authentic conversation. And the rest was just history. I started working there And over the years, I've kind of grown my role into the coordinator of the brand and marketing all together. And so I work directly coordinating all of our video projects, photo projects, any promotional marketing things, events, when that was still a thing before COVID hit. And it's just a really awesome opportunity because we're such a small company, so we all wear a lot of hats. But the owners are also very open-minded and kind of give us the green light to try all kinds of different projects and creative content. And in Portland, there's so many artistic creative people that we get to work with. So it's a lot of fun. And I just feel like the future is very bright.
Amazing. And on Craigslist, like that's so surprising to me. And like, what was their thought behind that? Like, was it posted on other mediums, or was that their main like place they posted this job?
I think we always kind of start with Craigslist. I know that our director of operations got hired there, our warehouse manager. Our team is about 11 or 12 people, and so we're a very small team, and we hand assemble all of the kits in the warehouse, and we always kind of either go by word of mouth or Craigslist, and it's never really failed us. So I think we just
keep on going. That's great.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so how many people total are on the team?
I'd say around 11 or 12. It's always kind of fluctuating as far as how many people are actually working in the warehouse. We have some part-time and full-time people actually hand assembling the kits, but there's always about 4 people up in our office. And so we work in this old oat mill in inner Southeast Portland. And so up on the 5th floor is our office, and we have the 2 owners up there, our director of operations and myself. And every once in a while we'll have someone, maybe like an in-house photographer or designer, but at the moment we don't have that. Those are all freelance. And then we have our warehouse where we have our e-com and our warehouse manager, and then all of the people hand assembling the kit. So it kind of varies, but I would say it's never more than 12 people tops.
Very cool. So pretty tight knit, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so for people who are listening are like, what is it? So let's talk about Clone-A-Willy.
Yeah.
What's your mission? How did it start? Like, what do you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. So Clone-A-Willy is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. So we have Clone-A-Willy, and then we also have Clone-A-Pussy. And so they are both DIY molding kits that allow anyone to make an exact replica of a penis or a vulva into a sex toy or memento that vibrates. And we use 100% platinum pure silicone, and all of our materials are 100% body safe. So we really want this to be a kit that people can do at home, and they can kind of feel comfortable and safe doing it at home, but then they get a really good quality product out of it. And it's also more than just the toy itself. It's an experience, it's a memory, and it's kind of an opportunity, whether people are doing it by themselves, with somebody else. You get to be kind of vulnerable and intimate, but then it's also really funny at the same time and lighthearted, which I really like about it.
Totally. Yes. And it's so funny hearing you like say the mission, because I've just said those exact words like for our ads, and I'm just like, oh my God, I know this. I know exactly what you guys do, and I love it so much. And I also think it's so important that you have so many different angles of how people can get excited about Clone-A-Willy. Also, I want to know, how did the company start? What's the origin story?
Yeah, so it has a really fun origin story. So we like to say that we've been all about dicks since 1996. And so basically in the mid 90s in San Francisco, actually, the 2 owners kind of came up with the concept. One of the owners is a chemist, and he was getting his PhD, and this was kind of his final project, was this body molding kit. And so after he graduated, he was using it for prosthetics, and then started using it for making body parts for horror movies. And one of the horror movies, the idea of the film was this lady had all these penises in her closet, and she would kill the men and like keep their penises like all on
Oh,
display. And
shit.
yeah, so we made a bunch of penises replicas for that, and it was such a hit that they decided to make a retail version of it. And
Oh
then
my
it's
God.
kind of there shortly after they relocated to Portland. So Portland's been our home for a really long time. And the Clone-A-Pussy kit came after that, and then it was all history.
That's so funny and so amazing. Or were there other horror movies that it's been a part of since, or was that kind of just like from the get-go, that was the founding, and you haven't been in horror movies since?
I think after we made the retail version, that took off so much that that was kind of the main focus.
Okay.
So I don't think that we've been in any horror movies since then, but the owners have all kinds of stories that I'll still hear, after so many years of working for the company. So they might have some stories I haven't even heard yet.
It's true. We'll see. Yeah, I wanna hear more about like the other press that you've gotten. I feel like when we chatted previously, there's been a lot of TV shows that Clone-A-Willy has been a part of. What did that look like? And I want to hear other fun things. Like, where have you guys been featured?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been featured in a lot of really awesome spaces, and it's really great because it's normally super organic and people just kind of hear about the product and have never heard about something exactly like this and are just kind of blown away by it. One of the first really big features we got was many years ago, 2014, or maybe it was 2013. Seth Rogen reached out to the owners about featuring our kit in his movie Neighbors. And so in the movie, they make replicas of penises at their fraternity to raise money. And so they're actually using our kit in that movie.
Oh
so
my
that was
God,
kind of
I didn't even realize that. I've seen that movie.
Yeah. And so that was really fun. Yeah, so we've been featured in that and then a ton of other TV shows, a lot of reality shows, actually. We were featured on Jersey Shore, The Osbournes, Black Ink Crew, and then Little Darling. And then most recently, we're in the show Trinkets on Netflix, which we're really excited to be a part of Netflix as well. And then we've also been featured in a lot of other just major press outlets such as Vice, Cosmo, Men's Health, Refinery 29, Huffington Post, BuzzFeed, Glamour, to name a few.
To name many. Wow, that's awesome press. Do you like reach out to people and are just like, listen, no one else is like making sex toys like this? Like, what's your angle when you usually pitch people?
Yeah, normally I like to kind of pitch that our kits are a really great source of pleasure, but also self-love. That's kind of the thing that I really like about our kits, is that it gives people the opportunity to look at their genitals and kind of from a different angle and really appreciate how unique and different and amazing they all are. And then also bringing people together, and of course, long distance relationships, keeping people together. And during the pandemic, really, it's been great for people who are separated because of the pandemic. So that has been a really great resource. Or if, two people are just stuck inside for months on end and are kind of feeling stale and they need to spice things up, it could be kind of a fun project for that as well. But a lot of the time, the press outlets will kind of come to us first, which is really exciting because sometimes it is a little hard, especially as a small company, to get through to the right person at like these big press outlets. But one really funny story is that we actually reached out to Justin Bieber a few years back when it was viral online that paparazzi had gotten photos of him like naked on like a really huge penis. And so we reached out to him and offered him $1 million to clone his penis. And of course, he's like such a wholesome star, he was like such like a
kind of though. I mean, I feel like he took a turn at some point.
Yeah. I think it would have been great if he would have accepted, but he didn't. But that kind of went viral online too. So like Perez Hilton and TMZ were all talking about that as well. So that was really funny.
That is amazing. Wow, fantastic. And in terms of you being featured on TV shows, obviously with Neighbors, I remember that scene, and that's so funny that they did they show your kit in that movie? Like they show the name and everything?
So that was essentially part of the deal, was that we would provide them, like a ton of kits, and they would just either say the name or like show it, but they cut that part out.
Oh.
So a lot of times people don't know that it was our kit specifically. So yeah, we like to remind people.
That's fair. Yeah. That's us, guys. And what about in the context of like Jersey Shore and I don't know, what's the new show on Netflix, Trinkets? What is that?
Trinkets. That is actually a like fictional story about a bunch of people who are in Shoplifters Anonymous. And kind of just some stories that have to do with them. And so a lot of the time, like for that, they go to a sex toy store. And so we're just kind of like in the background. So sometimes it'll be that. It'll just be people that go to a sex toy store in the show and are kind of like looking at the kit. Or like in Jersey Shore, it was, I think, the second season when Snooki and JWoww are in Italy. So they're separated from their boyfriends. And so they go to like a sex toy store and get the kit, and it shows the kit, and they talk about the kit and talk about using it for their boyfriends that are back in America.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Very cool. So how would you say that like Clone-A-Willy sex toys are super different from other toys in the market? Because obviously for the Clone-A-Willy, like that's like cloning a penis, and like there are many, many dildo toys out there. Obviously for Clone-A-Pussy, I don't know if there are any other things out there like that. I haven't heard of that. You know better than I. So why don't you tell me about comparing Clone-A-Willy toys to other toys?
Yeah. One of the things about Clone-A-Willy that I think really separates it from other sex toys is that it is making an exact replica of a specific penis or vulva. So even though you can go out and buy, any dildo, it's going to be the, exact penis that you want. And the materials that we use pick up details like crazy good. So it gets like every vein and crevice, which is really awesome. And I feel like that kind of sets it apart. And it's also a really great intro toy. So a lot of times people might be intimidated about getting a toy, bringing a toy into the bedroom, or say, for example, a dude is like, doesn't want his girlfriend to get attached to, another toy.
Break up with him. Break up with him.
But his girlfriend or boyfriend could just have his actual dick instead, which is awesome. So I think it's a really kind of a good way for people who are maybe a little intimidated to like go into a sex toy store if they're not at that point yet. Then they could just order this, and it's essentially a craft kit, and you have the power to make it all at home yourself. So I think it's really approachable in that way, which I like a lot. And yeah, same, the Clone-A-Pussy. So we have our standard original Clone-A-Pussy is just a replica of the vulva. And so that was the first one we had. And we had it for a long time. And a lot of people would ask, what is this for in the realm of like functionality? And we would say it's more of a memento. I mean, essentially you could lube it up and like use it in some like sexual ways. But I really love that kit as kind of just a way for people who have vulvas to look at their vulvas and like really like come like face to face with it. And also really, again, practice self-love in that way, because vulva havers are really taught to not, look at them. And I think that it's kind of like the new age version of putting a mirror down there, but actually like it.
Okay. I have to say, because I am literally a sex educator, and I just like still don't have like a hand mirror. Like if something is going on down there, I'll just kind of like hoist my leg up and be like, what's going on down there? But like it's because of like internalized like vagina phobia. Like I don't know what exactly it is, but that shit is real. Like vulva phobia, being like, oh, I'm not gonna like love what I look like down there, so like why do I need a hand mirror? But it's like, no, we should all just have hand mirrors to like check it out
Yeah,
down there once in a while to know like what our normal
absolutely.
is and like if something is wrong to know what it looks like then. But yes, yes, yes to hand mirrors
Yeah.
and to like knowing what it looks like in the vulva.
Yes, and that's one of my favorite aspects of that just original Clone-A-Pussy kit is that it does allow you to see that. And honestly, like it's so easy to preach, self-love to like for like personally, like everyone I know, I'm like, you gotta love yourself, love your body exactly how you are, and then to not really internally talk to yourself that way. And so for me personally, when I did that kit, I felt like it really did actually get me to appreciate and love how my vulva looked for how unique it is because they're all unique. I mean, they're like fingerprints or snowflakes, like no one is the same, and I think that's so
Exactly.
so I really love that about the kit. So in that way, I think it is really good for sex education. There are a lot of other ways to use it other than sexually. And we've had people bedazzle them or like make an altar of self-love to themselves, like use them in so many creative ways, which has been really awesome. But we were really excited about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we finally did come out with our Clone-A-Pussy Plus sleeve. So one of our owners, who's the chemist, has known how to do this process for a long time, but making it into a kit that anybody could do at home was kind of the challenge. And so we were really excited to bring that out. And it's basically a replica of the vulva that you attach to a masturbation sleeve. And we are super excited about it. And it's sold out really quick every time we brought
Wow.
it out. Which has been really exciting and then also a challenge because during COVID it's harder for us to like get our hands on certain things. We need to like put the kit back together. So we're actually sold out right now, but we're really excited because it should be back very soon. And I think people are going to be really excited about that. And we're also going to be bringing it out in our 3 skin tones as well. So
That's
that's going to be
amazing.
awesome.
Yes, yes. Have you, kind of side note, but kind of not, have you seen the TV show Younger? It's the
No, but
one,
I know it is.
yeah, it's the one with like Hilary
Yeah.
Duff as the co-star, and I've
Yes.
been binging it hard. And in one of the episodes, this like one of their bosses, like partners, son is like crashing with them, and she's just like not happy, and she's like looking like on the couch, she's like cleaning up, and she finds a masturbation sleeve, and it's the first time that I've seen a masturbation sleeve like that on like mainstream TV, and I was like, "Oh my god, wow, good for them." Like really, really showing like what that looks like, cuz I feel like there's a lot as penis centered as many pleasure scenes are in TV shows and in movies. I feel like there still is this a like embarrassment with masturbation sleeves and with those things for people with penises, and especially for cis men. So I feel
Yeah.
like that was a cool moment to be like, hey, like that's cool, like men, like cis men and people with penises can also use masturbation sleeves and it's not
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. There is still, strangely, like you said, as penis centered as everything is, it's like there's a weird stigma with, yeah, like penis having people's masturbation toys or sex toys. So we definitely want to kind of help break that stigma with this product as well. And we're excited to have it back soon. But that is a really interesting point because I have noticed that as well.
Yeah. And can you talk about the colors? Because I know that y'all have like neon, but also
Yeah.
skin tone. Like, what's behind the idea of what colors you should offer for
Yeah.
like realistic sex toys?
Yeah, so for our Clone-A-Willy, we have 9 silicone colors. And really, we've had these colors for a long time, many, many years before I started there. And we plan to add more in the future. But right now, we have 3 skin tones. We have light, medium, dark, which we would also love to expand that in the future as well. I mean, ideally, it'd be amazing to be like a makeup company that has, like
40
20
shades.
different,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, And then we have a neon pink, a neon purple, and then 3 glow in the darks. The original, it's just like a green glow, and then a blue glow and a pink glow, and then jet black. And the glows are amazing. They actually glow super, super bright, which is really cool. And I'd say our hot pink and purple are like some of our most popular ones too. But really what goes into the process of choosing colors is that since we do everything in-house, we mix our silicones and colors and everything in-house. We just have to kind of, because we are a small company, base a lot of the colors we have off of like which are selling for us so that we can justify making these huge vats of silicone.
Right.
But definitely been in the process of coming out with some more colors in the future, and we're hoping to be kind of focusing on that for 2021. So we have some really cool stuff to come. And then for our Clone-A-Pussy kit, right now it comes in the hot pink and then the 3 skin tones for the original. And then the plus sleeve was only in the hot pink because when we launched it, we just wanted to have one color. We didn't want it to be a skin tone, so we wanted it to be something that was fun but like inclusive for everyone. And now that it's doing so well, we are going to be coming out with it in the 3 colors like I mentioned before, and I think people are going to be really excited about that. So it'll be a little more like realistic. People can feel a little more like represented when they use it.
Totally. Love that.
Yeah.
What are some like stories that you've heard from users, whether they, were in a long distance relationship or whether they, bought someone a party gift or got like really into their Clone-A-Willy or Clone-A-Pussy? What are some awesome stories that make you feel like, wow, I can't wait to continue making these?
There are so many, and during the pandemic, I've been helping out with customer service as well. So I'm talking with customers even more than I was before, which I also run the social media channels, so I get to talk with a lot of customers through there. But there have been so many funny stories over the years, some, hilarious and some raunchy and some kind of sweet. One story during quarantine that was actually just like a very sweet moment was this young lady wrote me, and she said that her and her boyfriend were separated, and so she actually had his Clone-A-Willy, but she would just kind of like cuddle it at night, and she felt like she had a piece of him there, and she just missed him so much, and just like it really helped her feel like connected to him.
Oh my God, I love it.
Really non-sexual way, but like in that intimate way where she was just able to kind of feel a little less lonely. Mm-hmm. And I just really loved that because I feel like most people would think it's going like you would only be using this in like a sexual way, but clearly it can keep you connected in a lot of other ways too, like a more sentimental way. And I've heard so many stories about just people with like borders getting stuck, like items getting stuck at the borders or like being revealed in your suitcase. And this one older gentleman wrote us this huge letter one time. I think we met him at an event. He said, I just have the craziest story for you, but I'm going to email it to you. And we finally got the email like months later. And it was just this huge novel. But basically he was seeing a woman that lived part of the time in Mexico, and then she had a mailbox in California somewhere that she would like come get stuff. And so he put together this like Valentine's package for her that was like a Clone-A-Willy kit and candy and all of this stuff for them to have like a date night but apart from each other. And she went and picked it up and then was going through the border back through to bring it back to Mexico with her. And they were just kind of sketched out by the package. So they started to go through it, and all the border officers were like opening it, and they opened the Clone-A-Willy, and soon it was just like a crowd of people.
Oh,
and they were
my God.
Laughing. They thought it was the funniest thing they've ever seen, which I thought that was really, really funny. And then one more, which I'll share, is I got a Google alert for Clone-A-Willy recently, like in the last few months, and it was on this like real estate blog, and it was a realtor that had written that they were showing a woman's house, and they found some people that wanted to put an offer in like that day, but they were able to see the entire house except for the walk-in closet in the bedroom. And there was just like all these boxes and stuff in front of the closet. And she was like, don't let them in the closet. But the people were insistent on it. They're like, and the owner wasn't there at the time, just the real estate agent and the people. And they were really insistent on it. Like, I want to see in this closet if I'm going to put this offer down this house today. So the real estate agent was like, I mean, I guess I'll just let them see in this closet. So he moved all the stuff and just opened the doors, and it was just like boxes and boxes of Clone-A-Willys, just like replicas in like glass cases, and then just like unused kits like stacked up everywhere.
Oh my God. Why did they have so many?
I don't know. Some people do purchase a lot of kits. Like we at one of our trade shows, there were some people that ran a dungeon, a swingers dungeon. And so they would actually have people come in and they could choose like who they're going to hang out with that night based on their replica that they had.
Oh my God. I love that so fucking much.
People get all like so creative with our kids. But that was a thing to just have this Google alert from a
real estate blog.
What
oh my God. That is perfection. I love that so much. Wow, incredible. Okay, we have one more question. Thank you again so much for being on. This has been absolutely phenomenal. I, again, love Clone-A-Willy so much, and still have both a Clone-A-Pussy and Clone-A-Willy, and will use them, and am very excited to watch the YouTube videos and really check it out. But I would love to know, where do you hope Clone-A-Willy goes in like 5 years, 10 years? Like, what are your goals for your company? And how are you all going to reach them?
Yeah. So I feel like we're on a really good track. At the beginning of this year, I think like so many other people, we were really unsure of how the pandemic was going to affect us. And we definitely run into a lot of challenges, and a lot of our products, like future products and color variations that we were planning on launching, were kind of put on the back burner. But it was really amazing to see our small team really come together and just like take on different roles to make it work. But we've also seen an increase in our sales, because who knew that our kit would be the perfect way to stay connected during a global pandemic? So that has really been awesome. And I think that moving forward, we just kind of want to like keep this same energy up that we've kind of experienced this year that was really like unprecedented and we didn't really see coming, and just really continue what I've been trying to help with since I've started the company. And the director of operations and I work really closely together to just continue to make the brand as inclusive as possible, as approachable, just keep it really like fresh and current, and always listening to what kind of feedback we're getting from the customers and what we can do to make the molding process easier and to just like make it more fun for people. I think there's so many different groups of people and types of people that this works for in different ways, and just continuing to kind of explore that and connect with people, anywhere from using our kits for like post-op, pre-op, for trans people, connecting people who are incarcerated. There's so many different things that you wouldn't think right away would be what our kit would be used for, but that it's actually a great resource for. So I think, just continuing to move forward and just kind of spreading pleasure and self-love through creativity. That's really our main focus and passion with our kits. And we do have some really fun new products and colors and things in the works coming in the future as well.
Ever look at your penis or vulva in the mirror and be like, damn, my part is art? Clone-A-Willy definitely agrees. The original penis casting kit, Clone-A-Willy, and the classy counterpart, Clone-A-Pussy, are easy to make, sex positive, and body safe. While Clone-A-Willy makes for the most personalized sex toy on the planet, Clone-A-Pussy makes for the most unique memento. All materials are 100% body safe, extremely high quality, and easy to use and clean. Check them out at www.cloneawilly.com and use promo code SEXED20 for 20% off your purchase. Follow them on Instagram at Clone-A-Willy-Kit. Our creator, co-producer, sound engineer, and host is me, Danielle Bezalel, aka DB. Our co-producer and communications lead is Cathren Cohen. Our main logo and banner graphic were created by Andrea Forgacs. Our social media intern is Leslie Lopez. Our music theme is by Hook Sounds. Our ad music is by my stepdad, Bill Gant. Thank you so much to our featured guests, partners, and our listeners. If you're interested in advertising with us, email us at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. For more sex ed content, follow us on Insta @sexedwithdbpodcast. Tune in next time.